Hi, my name is Matty Dvorscak, and this is my POL video. When I was choosing classes this year, Life Design Lab stood out to me. The class seemed different from my normal courses of reading, writing, math, and science. I knew from friends the class was more interactive and fun along the way. It would help me achieve a goal. Learning how to set a goal sounded useful, but honestly, I thought it would just be about planning things out and sticking to a plan. What I didn't realize is that this class would teach me something way more important, which is how to adjust when things don't go as planned, how to keep going when things get hard, and how obstacles don't have to stop you from reaching your goals. At the start of class, I knew I wanted my project to be about hockey. I wanted to improve myself as a player and help my team succeed more than I was already putting in. I was frustrated in my performance, and I felt like I wasn't reaching my full potential. So my first goal was simple: skate more. I thought if I can get more ice time, it would help me get faster, stronger, and better overall. Pretty quickly, I ran into problems. Ice time is expensive, and on strict availability schedules, I had other responsibilities like school and family. That plan just wasn't working. I was very frustrated, and it felt like I picked a goal and set a plan that I would not be able to achieve. Instead of giving up, I talked to Mr. Daly and did some research. That's when I realized I could work towards the same goal in a different way. I realized I could train off the ice, and as I investigated this more, I learned that training off the ice could produce the same or even better results than just skating alone. So I adjusted my plan. I joined Crunch Fitness in Morristown and set new goals for myself. I focused on strength training, agility, and speed. I even set specific lifting goals to hit by the end of my project. My way of measuring success wasn't just about the numbers in the gym, but how I performed when I got back on the ice. During the fall, I stayed consistent. I was going to the gym regularly and following workout plans I created from research and advice, and I was seeing real progress. My strength was increasing and I felt more confident. But then winter hit, and club and high school hockey season started. Between club hockey and high school hockey and schoolwork, it became a lot harder to stay consistent in the gym. I didn't have as much time, and I could feel my strength starting to drop. At first, I was frustrated. I felt like I was losing progress, and I was worried about my grade for the project if I didn't achieve my goals. Another way that this project was failing was through work and class. During life design, I learned how this class is on you. There won't be someone holding your hand, telling you what you need to do. You have to be the one to put yourself to work. During the 80 minutes during class, some of those times I'd be talking to friends and messing around instead of using the class time to help my project. Through conversation with many others, I learned that training isn't just about workouts, but is also about nutrition, so I shifted my focus again. I started paying attention to what I was eating and set a goal to at least 120 grams of protein a day, using both food and protein powder supplements. I also spent time finding high protein recipes, which resulted in me trying to discover new foods that I liked. Even though my lifting numbers didn't increase during that time, I still saw improvement. I felt stronger in the ice, and my performance kept getting better. I know this because throughout my off-season, I was training 24/7, and the improvement I saw was that I got more faster, more agile, and a top scorer on my team. For example, last year was my freshman year of high school, and I just came short of the varsity team playing swing, which is all JV games, and I can get called up for varsity when they needed a player. For travel hockey, I was on the top team, but was struggling to score and get points. Now came the 25-26 season for high school. I made the varsity team. I wouldn't say I was a key player for the team, but I was out there able to do the right thing I needed to do to help the team be successful. It started out slow, but it didn't take long until I started getting more comfortable and making an impact. I ended the high school season with 3 goals, 4 assists, and a total of 7 points in 22 games. It wasn't a whole lot, but you could definitely see improvement. For my travel season, I made the top team again, and from last year, I made a huge improvement. I was one of our top players and leading the team in points. I ended this year's season with 18 goals, 15 assists, and a total of 33 points in 27 games, averaging 6 points a game. I was also back and forth of a top 5 point scorers in the league, and I was also an AHF All-Star, which means I was one of the top players in my league, and I was picked to play on the All-Star team. Through all of this, I realized how off-season training really did help me get me closer to my potential. Now that hockey season's over, I'm back in the gym, working toward my original strength goals again. This time, I have a better understanding of what it takes, and because of the obstacles I face, I gained additional knowledge about strength training and nutrition that could just be put together and that can help me more than my original plan of just simply skating. The biggest thing I learned from this experience in life design is that the plan you start with is almost never the path you actually take. You're going to hit obstacles, things won't always go your way, your schedule will get messed up, your first idea might not work, but that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you need to adjust. Life design taught me that success isn't about having a perfect plan or journey, but it's having a clear goal, staying committed, and being flexible enough to adapt when things change. If you look at successful people, almost none of them followed a straight path. Their journeys were unpredictable and full of challenges. And that's what makes them successful. They didn't quit when things got hard. They adjusted and kept going. That's what I'll take with me moving forward, not just in hockey, but in everything I do. Because designing your life isn't always about having a perfect path. It's about learning how to keep moving forward no matter what path you're on. Thank you for listening. Have a nice rest of your night.